Listen to me, because this isn't just a speech. It's a declaration. It's a fire starter. It's a reminder of who the hell you really are. If you are a woman who has ever been told you're too much, too loud, too emotional, too strong, then this message is God's gift to you. And if you're a man who's had the privilege of being raised by, loved by, or standing beside a strong woman, you better stay locked in too. Because what you're about to hear isn't motivation. It's truth. It's blood. It's purpose. Every strong woman is not a product of luck or circumstance. She's the result of divine design and relentless purpose. When I say this is God's gift to a strong woman, I'm not just referring to what she receives. I'm talking about who she is. Her entire existence is a gift. The strength she carries isn't something she stumbled upon. It was carefully, intentionally embedded into her soul before she ever took her first breath. God didn't create her to blend in. Look around you. The strong woman doesn't always wear a cape. She wears weariness like armor. She's the one who holds it together when everything's falling apart. She's the one who gets up without applause, without backup, and still shows up for the people around her. That's not coincidence. That's calling. That kind of strength doesn't just appear, it's gifted for a reason. When God made her, He infused her with a level of resilience that confuses those who haven't seen her battles. And that confusion, that's the proof. People see her power, but don't understand her process. They admire her confidence, but they didn't witness the years of doubt, silence, and survival that built it. Her strength isn't loud, but it is undeniable. It shows up in rooms where she once felt invisible. It shows up in her boundaries, in her voice, in her presence. That presence isn't accidental. It's evidence that she was chosen. She was chosen to carry burdens others couldn't. Chosen to heal even while she was still hurting. Chosen to stand even when the ground beneath her kept shifting. That level of strength, that's not something you manufacture. That's something only God gives. And He gave it to her for a purpose so much bigger than survival. The design is divine because the mission is generational. She doesn't just rise for herself, she rises for every woman who couldn't, for every daughter watching her, for every community counting on her. And she does it not with arrogance, but with quiet fire. Her strength is sacred. It's not just in her actions. It's in her ability to keep loving, to keep giving, to keep building even after being broken. There's a divine reason why her hands are full and her heart still has room. Because God made her that way. He knew the world would try to define her, but He had already designed her. So when you look at a strong woman, really know that you're witnessing a miracle in motion. Her laugh, her focus, her tears, her hustle, her ability to forgive, to lead, to stay, all of it is the result of a gift only God could give. And the greatest part, that gift doesn't fade. It grows because her strength isn't just who she is. It's who she was always meant to be. Strength isn't born in comfort, it's born in adversity. A strong woman is not defined by her circumstances, but by what she did with them. She didn't wake up one day and decide to be powerful. She was put through moments, trials, and seasons that gave her no choice but to become strong or fall apart. And falling apart wasn't an option, not because she couldn't, but because too much depended on her. Her strength was forged like steel, not simply handed to her. It came through the moments when everything inside her said, I can't, and yet she did it anyway. Think about the moments no one saw. The nights she cried quietly into her pillow but still got up before dawn to care for others. The heartbreaks she buried behind a brave smile. The times she was overlooked, dismissed, underestimated, yet still showed up with grace and fire. That's not weakness hiding behind a mask. That's power in motion. It's resilience dressed in dignity. And the world may never fully understand what she's endured, but God saw it all. That's why he kept giving her more strength. Not because she wanted the weight, but because she could carry it. She proved over and over that she wouldn't be broken, only built. There's something holy about that kind of strength. It's not just physical or mental, it's spiritual. It's soul deep. And every trial she faced was a lesson, a shaping, a spiritual workout preparing her for what she was called to do. Her pain didn't make her bitter, it made her sharper. It gave her insight. It gave her compassion. It gave her a quiet authority that doesn't need to scream to be heard. Her strength isn't just about enduring, it's about transforming pain into power, about turning setbacks into standards. Every loss became wisdom. Every betrayal taught her boundaries. Every closed door led her to something bigger than she ever imagined. A strong woman's life is filled with chapters that would destroy others. But she turned those chapters into fuel. She used them to rise. And the most incredible part, she didn't just rise for herself. She carried others with her, her children, her family, her friends, even strangers watching from a distance. Her story became their permission to hope again, to believe again, to fight again. She doesn't wear her pain as a badge, but as a foundation. She doesn't brag about the storms she survived, but you can feel it in how she walks, how she speaks, how she refuses to settle. That's a strength earned in the fire, a strength heaven approved. And maybe that's why she's been through so much, because God trusted her with the weight of it. He trusted her to come out not just stronger, but wiser, not just louder, but more impactful. Because when a woman walks through adversity and still chooses love, purpose, and truth, there's nothing on earth more powerful than that. That is the gift. That is who she is. God's greatest gifts often come wrapped in struggle, not comfort. That's the paradox most people miss. We're conditioned to see blessings as the things that come easy, the open doors, the instant wins, the smooth paths. But for a strong woman, the real gift isn't in what came easy. It's in what nearly broke her but didn't. Her strength didn't come from having it all together. It came from being torn apart and choosing somehow to rebuild again and again. The struggle wasn't a curse. It was the classroom. It was the gym where her soul trained. It was the fire where her purpose was refined. The gift is hidden in the fight. It's in the moments she thought she had nothing left to give but still showed up. It's in the nights she had no one to lean on but still carried the weight. It's in the decisions she made when no one was watching, when quitting would have been easier, when silence would have been safer. That's the gift, the kind of strength no one can steal because it wasn't handed to her, it was earned. Every setback, every loss, every rejection became a seed. And because she kept going, those seeds grew into a power not even she fully recognized at the time. She didn't realize it in the moment, but every time she cried out, every time she asked, "Why me?" she was being shaped, being prepared, being chosen. See, God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't allow struggle without strategy. And the very thing she once wished away became the thing that gave her the voice, the authority, the experience to lead, to love deeper, to stand taller. The struggle created her depth, her understanding, her empathy. Without it, she'd still be playing small, still questioning her worth, still trying to please people who never truly saw her. But the struggle taught her what comfort never could, who she really is. It revealed her capacity. It uncovered her calling. It demanded growth. And in that growth, she found pieces of herself she didn't know existed. She found courage not just to face the world, but to face herself. She found clarity not just about what she wants, but about what she deserves. And maybe most importantly, she found her own voice, the one that no longer asks for permission to exist, but declares, I was made for this. So when people see a strong woman standing tall today, they don't see the full picture. They see the strength, but not the sleepless nights. They hear her wisdom, but not the heartbreak that gave birth to it. But she knows, and God knows. And that's why she walks the way she does, not in arrogance, but in alignment. Because when you fought for every inch of your growth, you no longer apologize for who you become. The gift was never in the easy path. It was in the rise, the climb, the transformation. That is what makes her powerful. That is what makes her unstoppable. And that is exactly why the struggle was never the end of her story. It was the beginning of her legacy. There's a dangerous misconception that strength in a woman means she must be hard, cold, or dominant. But real strength, God-given strength, doesn't show up to overpower. It shows up to empower. A strong woman doesn't walk into a room to take all the space. She walks in to make space for others, for growth, for change. Her power isn't about control. It's about creation. She builds bridges, not walls. She doesn't lead with ego. She leads with presence, with clarity, with love that has boundaries. Her strength isn't a shield to push people away. It's a foundation that invites others to rise with her. Her strength isn't a weapon. It's a mirror. It reflects what others haven't yet healed in themselves. She shows up fully, and in doing so, gives everyone around her permission to do the same. She's the one who broke the cycle when no one else would. She said no more to silence, no more to settling, no more to shrinking to make others feel comfortable. She saw the pain pass down through her family and decided it ends with her. She turned trauma into transformation, wounds into wisdom. And doing so, she made a decision. Her children will know peace, not pressure. Her nieces and nephews will see possibility, not limitation. Her friends will rise higher simply because she's in their life, showing them how. Legacy is not just about what you leave behind when you're gone. It's about what you build while you're still here. And a strong woman builds in every moment, with every boundary she enforces, with every truth she speaks, with every time she says yes to healing and no to chaos. She's not just surviving, she's building a blueprint for the next generation. She's showing that strength isn't in pretending to be perfect. It's in being real, being brave, being relentless about growth. And the people watching her, they're learning. They're absorbing her energy. They're being shaped by her example, even if they never say it out loud. That's the power of a strong woman. Her life echoes. Her choices ripple. She influences not just by what she says, but by who she is. And even when she's tired, even when she doubts herself, she keeps showing up because something inside her knows this matters. That the strength she holds today will become the foundation someone else stands on tomorrow. That her voice will give someone else the courage to finally speak. That her breakthrough will one day be someone else's starting point. She is the embodiment of legacy in motion. She lives with intention, knowing that her time, her energy, her love, her standards, all of it is shaping the future. And she doesn't need a stage to do it. She doesn't need applause. She just keeps walking in purpose, knowing that every time she chooses to rise, the ground gets stronger for the next woman who walks that path. Her life becomes the evidence that strength can be soft, fierce, healing, and holy. And that's the gift. Her strength isn't just for today. It's a torch she carries, and one day she'll pass it on with pride, knowing she didn't just endure, she elevated. She didn't just survive, she changed everything. So hear me now. This is not just a celebration of strength. This is a call to honor it. This is God's gift to a strong woman, not just the power to endure, but the divine permission to own her light, to walk fully in her truth, and to lead without asking for approval. Her story is not one of weakness overcome, but of power revealed. And if you are that woman, if your bones remember the weight of battles no one else saw, if your heart still beats with purpose despite the scars stand tall, you are the evidence that strength can be sacred. That legacy can start with one voice, that the fire didn't consume you, it commissioned you. And if you're watching her rise, don't shrink in her presence. Rise with her. Support her. Respect her strength. Because when a strong woman lives in alignment with who God made her to be,